Hey, welcome to Crash Kitchen. Today we'll be making one of my favorite dishes, lasagna styled gnocchi. Let's get started. To start off, we'll be boiling 4 large russet potatoes while we get ready to make our sauce. We'll use our best knife skills to finely dice 1 large onion. We're gonna mince a few cloves of garlic and a handful of fresh parsley. Into a large pot at medium heat goes a couple tablespoons of olive oil, followed by our diced onions. Add about a teaspoon of sugar to help with caramelization, and once our onions begin to tan, we'll add our garlic and stir until it becomes very fragrant. Next is our meat. I chose 1.5 pounds of 90% lean ground beef and 1.5 pounds of spicy Italian sausage. We'll break up and cook our proteins until they are brown and indistinguishable from one another. Once fully cooked, we'll add our spices. I'm using a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half teaspoon of ground black pepper, half teaspoon of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and let's not forget our freshly minced parsley. Sauté until our parsley looks like it was never fresh, and it's time to add our tomato sauce. Stir and fold until everything is assimilated, cover up, and set aside while we check on our potatoes. They've been boiling for about 40 minutes now. We'll check for doneness by using a fork and making sure the potatoes offer no resistance. At this point, we'll cool down our potatoes in some ice water so that they're easier to handle. Once cool, we'll get rid of the skin and start making our gnocchi dough. Into our bowl goes 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 whole egg, and 2 cups of all-purpose white flour. We'll begin to crumble our potatoes, and once they're all mashed, we'll knead with our hands to make it into a homogeneous dough. Onto a floured surface goes our dough before we sprinkle it with, you guessed it, more flour. Use flour-coated hands to smooth out your dough and set it aside before re-drizzling your counter. Shape a handful of dough into a long snake before cutting it into 3/4 inch segments, then rinse and repeat until you use up all of your dough. Into a pot with boiling water, begin placing your gnocchi individually to avoid sticking. Once the dumplings begin to float, they are ready to remove from the water and onto the casserole dish. Now let's take a quick second to look at this delicious, spongy, doughy flavor canvas. Once the first layer is formed, we'll proceed with our meat sauce, a couple shakes of Parmesan cheese, and top with some meltier cheese before layering these ingredients until you run out of gnocchi dumplings. Place your casserole dish in a preheated oven until all the cheese is melted, and voila! Lasagna style gnocchi. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next on Crash Kitchen. Thanks for watching.